jumping right in with my Juvia's Place Zulu Palette. I'm just using a fluffy brush to stipple that yellow color all over my crease. And next, I'm going to be taking my e.l.f. Cosmetics small crease brush and working in that orange color from the same palette. And just making sure that I get on my outer corners because my eyes are a little hooded, so I have to make sure the application is smooth and even all around. Next, I'm beginning to work in the brown color from the Zulu palette. I know it's a little bit hard to see, so I'm going to go ahead and add some more definition in a second. And then I'm just making sure everything is nice and melted again with that same fluffy brush and a little bit of yellow and a bit of orange. And I'm using a stippling motion. Then next I'm going to go ahead and use my Too Faced Glitter Bomb palette, and I'm using the black intensifying base. And I love to use this black shade to just give me more of an intensified crease with whatever color I use. This is one of the blackest blacks I've ever used. So I love to reach for it, as well as the white. And I'm just going right back over with that brown color to make everything melt together. Next, I'm using the Makeup Revolution, and this is their lightest shade of concealer in their collection, and I like to use this for my soft cut creases because I like to have a very pretty muted color on my lid. And as you guys can see, I'm going back and forth between my Wet n Wild and my Ellen Tracy small crease brushes to just kind of create that ombre. I'm blending it out around the edges, and then closer in the middle, I'm putting a lot more pigment and a lot more color just to intensify that white. Then I'm going right over that with the Glitter Bomb White Intensifying Base just to set everything in place and just make that white pop even more. Next, I'm taking my e.l.f. liquid liner in black, and I'm just going to give myself a pretty modest wing here, for my style at least. Just wanted something really simplistic because I want to do a pop of color on my inner corner, so I didn't want to go too crazy with the thickness of my liner. So just making sure everything is nice and uniform and nice and straight across my lid. And just going nice and slow, taking our time. And I think we got it. So next is mascara. And I'm just going to give myself about 2 thin coats of this, nothing major, and pop on some 25mm lashes. And these minks I did have to cut to fit my eye. Now next I'm using the e.l.f. Hydrating Drops. And these are so good because I love to use a serum, a primer, and set it with powder before I do my foundation. So I'm just rubbing that into my skin. And then I'm using Milani Cosmetics and Smashbox Cosmetics primers together. This is just something that I like to do for my clients, and I figured because I was filming this video for Instagram, I might as well do typically what I would do on my clients to prime my base. So I'm just using a foundation brush to sweep all of that on and make sure that it's nice and evenly applied. And next I'm going to be setting my entire face with my Black Radiance setting powder, and this is in the shade Honeymoon. I love this powder because it is so close to my actual skin tone, so I love using it underneath my foundation as well as on top. So now I'm jumping into my foundation, so I'm using the Juvia's Place I Am Magic foundation in the shade 230 Malawi. And you guys can comment below and let me know if you'd like to see me do a first impressions, maybe on my Instagram TV, of this foundation because it has a gorgeous finish. And I'm just taking off my wrap strip right here and using whatever I have left on that fluffy brush to just apply a thin layer to my forehead. And next I'm using the number 10 I Am Magic Concealer, also from Juvia's Place. And I am just giving myself a very generous layer. I like to stipple the edges first with a brush and then go back in with the Beauty Blender and blend inward instead of outward. That's just a personal preference though. And I do also like to go right underneath my cheekbones with whatever I have left on my sponge for a little bit more definition around my contour. And now I'm just setting that because I do like to set this relatively quick. And I'm using my foundation brush and a little bit of the powder to set underneath my cheekbone as well. Now I'm dusting away that powder with my Ellen Tracy face brush. And I do love the Ellen Tracy face brushes. They're very inexpensive, but very great quality. So I would definitely recommend them. And now I am contouring with number 3, also from the Juvia's Place Concealer Collection. And again, I'm using that same foundation brush and blending my contour with it because I find that the foundation mixed with the contour helps me get less of a harsh line. And then just going back over that with my Ellen Tracy contour brush and, really just rubbing out those lines of demarcation. And then lastly, I'm just going around my hairline. You guys can see me holding down my lace for dear life here. And then lastly, I am setting everything with my Milani Prime Correct and Set, and then using that same face brush that I used for my powder and pressing it into my skin. And here I am highlighting, of course, with my highlighter, and this is in the shade Midas. And just making sure I hit that chin. And now I am taking that same Makeup Revolution and I am using the lightest color that is almost white in their collection. And I'm using that for my lower lash line, my waterline, to just make it very intense. And then I am using those same yellow and orange colors to blend underneath with a little bit of brown. I'm adding the same mascara to my bottom lashes. And then again, I'm taking the Makeup Revolution concealer and putting it on my inner corner to give me a bright white base for our inner corner color. And I am grabbing the green, also from the Zulu Palette from Juvia's Place, and I'm just popping that in my inner corner and layering it to be very intensified. And lastly, to complete the look, I'm taking my e.l.f. liner again in black and just doing a little cat eye in the corner. Now for lips, I'm using Wet n Wild Brown lip liner. And I love this. I love this to do my brows. I love this to do my lip liner. It is very multifunctional, and any makeup that has multiple uses is for me, okay? Lime Crime Flaming Cherry Lip Gloss to top it off. And I love this shade against brown skin in a brown lip liner. It just makes your lips look so juicy. And this is the finished look, you guys. So it's definitely giving me hot girl summer vibes, or maybe lukewarm autumn vibes, but either way, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe and comment below on what you want to see next. Bye.